see right. And I'm feeding it. Feeding this thing mic level. Hold on, Andy. Yeah. Just drop it. Just throw the chips are 70, 20 something. That's what I mean. Well, I mean, going into his camera. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, I just.
That's my level.
What do you feed your camera? Mic level?
Well, Mike doesn't.
He's saying from the receiver. So my receiver is saying it's 4. So then
Should it be mic or line?
you can't cheat.
Right. It's wireless.
You can dial that sucker down. Right. Down. Yeah, that's not right.
Somebody changed this to line level. So that's mic level. Somebody, I'll take a listen to it. See if Ted's on.
So you and I are lined up there, right?
Yeah, you and I are good. Levels are where they should be.
Now,
I mean, I'll check it in this. Here, I'll give you the audio too. So otherwise, they didn't change that.
alright, that sounds good.
All right, hold on. So otherwise, someone would change that.
That sounds great. Yeah, that sounds perfect.
So that camera needs to be fed mic level,
Yeah.
not line, which makes sense. Okay. Whatever. All right, I was just wondering. All right, so we do this walk. You're wireless. This guy's wireless. All right. Well, we're going to go set up for this interview, right? At 2?
Yeah, you should have. I don't know.
All right, you put all this back.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Stuff like that.
We're not doing
Conversation there. That's the thing. I'm saying is something.
Yeah, it's interesting watching her. Yeah. Best to just kind of distract them. Trouble. It's really easy to get frustrated with, she can't express herself very much at all. Varying levels of crying or lack. But it's very easy to just, she's not taking a nap. Do this on purpose. It's really, it's very tired. Baby doesn't care about it. Takes care of most of that. She's really good, but it's not, in other ways, it's not good. Which means that she's tired. Nah, it'll get more.
Yeah, right.
First down on the brick road.
It's not.
Well, you know,
No.
Well, mostly back behind the scenes with BC. Good. I think you did that Ukraine trip last year.
It was crazy.
I've been in Ukraine 4 times.
Which is another thing. Everybody's talking to always has something to place, but most they raise.
Yeah, that's the only place it's getting to be like Groundhog.
There's nothing else in that's if you did it, you know, like an expert. With kids, do it this way.
It's interesting. Yeah.
There are different ways to do it.
Yeah.
He likes to come back and chat.
Yeah.
He's happy.
Yeah. That's all. It's, you know, and you never know what you're gonna wind up. Very entertaining. Funny, fun, sharp. Indian lunch.
Every day for espresso.
Yeah. What, he's not already president?
Amazing. Idea that
I mean,
even now,
I think he said the news that said he regrets that would have been a word.
You know, and so
Right. But you guys are good. Right. Playing, know where to go, staffers.
where there's like,
Yeah, you know, after the election, well, our office just sticks around. So we just wait for the next crew to come in and they do them in. Exactly, White House staff, this will be the first time as a White House staffer. Our contracts have been a long time, stuck around with contracts. So, I don't know. Our staff. You know, in the, what was executive, 100 people. No, they're like, Office of Administration. Standing up in the green shirts, right next to him on the ground, the little blue box, the librarians.
yeah, right.
Who we see is just like the guys watching the house staff.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. They don't release the cop. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that are sort of like putting the right things in the right place at the right time. Right.
We are going to take over to private.
Yeah, or they stick around to the end and then do the next step.
This one.
You got the pick of the litter.
But then I suppose if the Democrats like,
Yeah, or
2, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. Check, check. How you guys doing? Check, 1, 2. Good? Which one are you plugged into? There's like 6 other people who had already plugged into that, and it was good. Hold on. It's going to be a lot quieter. Check, 1, 2. 1, 2. Is that better? Good. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Press check 1 2 1 2 1 2. No. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Thank you.
dream in color and do the things I want. You think you got the best of me, think you've had the last laugh, bet you think that everything good is gone. Think you left me broken down, think that I'll come running back. Maybe you don't know me 'cause you're dead wrong. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. You heard that I was starting over with someone new. They told you I was moving on over you. You didn't think that I'd come back swinging. You tried to break me, but you see what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. Thanks to you, I got a new thing
If everyone could please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance that will be led by Mr. John Yu.
Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Vietnamese American Democratic Club. Please remain standing for our national anthem, which will be sung by Selena Sofina Yandel, a talented woman who works with the Pacific Islander communities.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Introducing the Mayor of San Gabriel, Jason Poo.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jason Poo, Mayor of the City of San Gabriel. It's my distinct honor and pleasure to welcome you to our city in the heart of the San Gabriel Valley and this official launch of AAPI for Hillary in support of Hillary Clinton for President of the United States. So San Gabriel is the home of the San Gabriel Mission, which is the birthplace of the Los Angeles region. It's also the home of a population that is over 60% Asian American and Pacific Islander. In fact, the San Gabriel Valley and LA County is the home of the largest AAPI community in the nation, numbering almost 1.5 million people. And nationally, our AAPI community has the highest growth rate of any demographic in the country. That's why it's so important for our AAPI community to get engaged and get involved in our local, state, and national politics, to get educated, to volunteer, to donate, and most importantly, to get out to vote. Our vote is our voice, and we cannot afford to be considered invisible. The fact that you are all here today, and the fact that Hillary Clinton, the next President of the United States, is here today, proves that AAPIs are not invisible. It proves that we're not invisible, and it shows the strength of our AAPI community. Friends, there's only one presidential candidate that has the qualifications, the experience, and the temperament that I trust to lead our nation, and that is Hillary Rodham Clinton. She is by far the most qualified person on the planet on both domestic issues and foreign affairs to lead our country as the 45th President of the United States. I'm proud to be here today to welcome you and to support Hillary Clinton for President. I want to thank the Hillary for America campaign and AAPIs for Hillary for choosing San Gabriel as the site of this launch event. I want to thank the San Gabriel Hilton for their hospitality and the men and women of the Secret Service and the San Gabriel Police and Fire Departments for their service. Most of all, I want to thank all of you for being here today and for being engaged and involved in this, one of the most important political decisions of our time. Thank you very much.
Now introducing Irene Bueno, Hillary Clinton's 2008 Asian American Pacific Islander Director.
Thank you so much. Wow, what a crowd. Are we ready for Hillary? Come on! I was Hillary's Asian American Outreach Director in 2008. So this is my second launch of Asian Americans for Hillary, but I am so excited to see this crowd today. So give yourselves a hand for being here. Woo! I know that many of you came from afar. I know I came from Washington, D.C. There are people here from Virginia, and I know some of you got up really early this morning to get on a bus to be here. Where are you? Come on. And some of you came last night from Las Vegas, so thank you so much for being here. It's so important that you're here, so give yourself a hand. Before I make my brief remarks, I want to give a shout out to Lisa Chang Deveja, who has my job now. She's the Asian American Outreach Director. She's running around here, but she's been working since Ready for Hillary, doing outreach to the community around the country, and she helped to organize the event. So wherever you are, Lisa, let's give her a big round of applause. And I just want to make a plug for Lisa that she cannot do this alone. She needs to organize the Asian American community throughout this country, and she needs your help. Where you have family, relatives, colleagues, she needs your help. So commit to being with her throughout this whole race. I've had the fortunate opportunity to work for Hillary Clinton for over 2 decades. Yes, I started when I was 15, but it's been a long time. I had a chance to work with her during the Clinton administration, later when she was elected in the U.S. Senate, and then of course in the 2008 campaign, and even when she was Secretary of State. I am supporting Hillary because Hillary gets the Asian American Pacific Islander community. She knows our community, she knows the struggles that we face, she knows the issues that we encounter every day, and I know when she is elected president that she will consider us in her policies and she will fight for us every day. Hillary knows that Asian Americans often feel that we are not real Americans, right? That we don't always, people look at us as outsiders, but she knows that we are real Americans and that we will fight for this country. We've been here in the United States for over 2 centuries, and that we are growing in numbers and we have a powerful voice and something to contribute. Hillary also knows that the model minority myth has been something that's really hurt our community. There are many in our community who face many struggles. They have language, cultural, and other barriers that prevent them from participating fully in Asian American society. And she will do what she can to ensure that Asian Americans are at the table in her administration. As you may recall, during the Clinton administration, that was the first time that an Asian American was ever appointed as a cabinet secretary. And we are so fortunate today to have our first Asian American secretary who will address us later today, Norm Mineta. Let's give him a round of applause. Hillary also knows that our broken immigration system has torn apart our families for decades. She knows that there are Asian Americans who live in the shadows, and there are dreamers who, until our immigration laws are changed, will continue to live in the shadows. But I know that Hillary is committed to changing our immigration system, and I know it's going to be hard, especially working with this Congress, but if anybody can do it, I know that Hillary can get immigration reform passed. Now, I just want to end on a personal note. My father, Ramon Bueno, left the Philippines in the 1950s to come to the United States to have a better life for his family. But like many immigrants, he faced many challenges and struggles, but he never gave up. He always believed in the promise of America. My father passed away last year, but he was a huge supporter of Hillary because to him, Hillary represented the promise of America, that if you work hard, loved your family and your country, and treated everyone with respect and fairness, that you would succeed. So let's honor the legacy and dreams of people like my father and do all we can to elect Hillary Clinton as the next president of the United States. Thank you.
Introducing Trung Ta, the founding chairman of the Vietnamese American Democratic Club.
Very nice to see all of you today. Good morning. Good morning. It is an honor to me to be here today with Hillary and all AAPI leaders. 8 years ago, I had an opportunity to work with Hillary on her campaign, and thanks again for her. Lisa and Irene give me an opportunity again. I have followed Hillary Clinton since she was the First Lady, making her famous speech in China to promote women's rights. After graduation from Yale University as a young lawyer, instead of taking a job, make a lot of money, she worked for Children Defense Fund to do a good for the war. That's how Hillary Clinton is. She is an inspiring woman and a true leader, and spent all her life to fighting for the children, for the underprivileged people, for the women's rights, for human rights, and of course for inequality. That is the kind of champion, the leader I look up to. As one of the Vietnamese boat people and a refugee, I came to the United States in 1978 with empty hands and with little English. With the support of the educational program from our Democratic Party, I graduated from college and become an engineer and working for defense and aerospace company for the 30 years as principal engineer and project manager. Now I have 2 children, one who have MBA degree and working in finance, and one follow my wife and I footsteps as engineer working in defense and aerospace field. I believe it is safe to say I pass on my dream to my children. I have been active in Vietnamese community for the past 30 years and for Southern California community more than 15 years. I have a good life and would like to give back to the community and do something good for our country. Today, one of the things I would like to do good for country is to work hard in Vietnamese community and in other community to make sure Hillary Clinton will become our next president. Our country is in need the champion, the leader who work every day for everyday people. Hillary is the most qualified leader with the most experience to become the president. She will be the leader, the example, who will continue to lead our great country in the future. And today, I urge all of you today to make sure work harder to make our dream come true. That is in 2016 to make Hillary Clinton become our next president. Thank you.
Introducing Rini Sampath, USC's current student body president.
Good morning. thank you so much for having me here today. The opportunity to speak on a platform before some of the most distinguished and hardworking people in our nation is an honor. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to get a selfie with Secretary Hillary Clinton, although I know many of us in the audience are thinking about that. My name is Rini Sampath. I'm the student body president at the University of Southern California, and I moved to the United States when I was 7 years old after living in India. My immigrant history and my Tamil culture is one that I am so proud of. So any chance I get to ask my father about our family's history, I'm right there, sitting at the edge of my seat, ready to take it all in, dad jokes included. My dad loves to tell the story about how my grandfather had 5 photos hanging proudly in the walls of his childhood home. Mahatma Gandhi, Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, and John F. Kennedy. You see, growing up, I aspired to become everything from a doctor to an astronaut. But little did I know my grandfather's passion and love for politics and leadership would get passed down to me. Although the expectation for an Indian girl may be to go into engineering or science, I diverged from the norm early on. I've been running for election since the 4th grade, wielding handmade posters with slogans like, "Vote for Rini because she's not a meanie," and promising my friends and peers free popsicles. But as I grew older, I learned politics isn't about promising free popsicles. Politics is about engineering social change. As we've seen, there's a lot at stake in this year's election. College affordability, women's reproductive rights, gun violence prevention, LGBT equality. The only person I can imagine protecting America's future and putting us on a path to progress is Hillary Clinton. It took USC a decade to elect the next female student body president. My running mate and I are the first dual female ticket to win in Pac-12 history. Hillary Clinton, thank you. Seeing Hillary's courage in running for president of the United States was a constant source of inspiration when we faced our own obstacles at USC. I remember so vividly the day I received my citizenship 2 years ago. I sat in the Los Angeles Convention Center, crying tears of joy, turning my miniature American flag sopping wet. That moment for me symbolized my family's journey in achieving the American dream. I'm proud to stand on the stage and know the first presidential candidate for whom I will cast my vote for will be none other than Hillary Clinton. I know she is the right candidate for us. I know she's the right candidate for a young person like me. I know she is the right candidate for Asian Americans like us and immigrants coming from near and far. Like the inspiring portraits hanging on the walls of my father's childhood home, I know who will be my next addition in my own personal collection of inspiring presidential photographs, motivating a young woman like me to dream big and make an impact. Thank you so much for having me here today, and I am so proud to stand with Hillary for America.
Introducing Mustafa Tamez, a security expert and chair of the South Asian Chamber of Commerce of Houston.
Good morning. Like many of you, my family came to the United States with a dream in our hearts. We moved to a small apartment in Queens, New York in 1978. My father got a job soon after working for the New York City Police Department as a civilian. For 18 years, he worked and served the police officers of New York. And so when I hear Donald Trump say the things that he does, it causes me great pain, as many of you do. My father came to live with us after he retired. And like many teenagers growing up, we headed butts a lot. I used to have a ponytail. He didn't like it very much. But in the summer of 2010, he was diagnosed with cancer. Many of you that might have dealt with a disease like that in your family might have held it better than I did. But it's really the diagnosis to his death in December was about 6 months. It's the hardest 6 months of my life. But in those 6 months, I think I probably talked to my father the most. But more importantly, I probably heard what he was saying. And as he talked about coming to the United States and why he came, and he talked about the opportunity he wanted to make sure that all of his kids had. When I started my profession, I worked in a number of different industries, worked in politics, but I also consulted with the Department of Homeland Security in working with our country to fight violent extremism. And so when he used to talk to me about this in those 6 months, that he was so excited to get his job with the New York City Police Department because it offered a health benefit. Because he knew that I had asthma, and without those health benefits, without that union job, he would not be able to take care of me. He talked about how difficult it was for all of us to live in a one-bedroom apartment, him having 2 jobs, his wife working for the first time, my brother who was in high school also had a job, just to put the meat on the table. So like many of you, my family struggled. But we worked hard, pulled together, because leaders like Hillary Clinton stood with us. Because people opened the doors for us and with us. And in those last days of my father, the one thing that I got from him was that to contribute to this country and work with people that stand with us. So I stand with Hillary Clinton with you today because Hillary Clinton has been standing with us for her entire life. I stand with Hillary Clinton because when no one was watching, there were no cameras, she took a job advocating and fighting for children. And in this important time of the world, where all of us need to come together, where we can't be divisive anymore because the world is too small of a place, you want leaders that bring us together. You want leaders that fight for the fights that need to be fought. And you want leaders that are going to take us into this next century. So today, I stand with Hillary Clinton, and we stand with Hillary Clinton because she has been standing with us.
Introducing Honorable Norman Mineta, former U.S. Secretary of Transportation and founder of CAPAC.
Thank you very much, and thanks to all of you for taking the time from your own very busy schedules to be here today. I had the great privilege of being the first Asian Pacific American to serve in the President's cabinet under President Clinton. And I am really honored and pleased to be here to join all of you in launching the Asian American Pacific Islander campaign for Hillary Rodham Clinton for President of the United States of America. Now, without a doubt, like many of us, Asian American and Pacific Islanders, who feel that we have been left out of the conversation in our own country, Hillary Rodham Clinton, as a woman, has risen to the top, but has never forgotten from where she came. And so she has spoken out on behalf of women, minorities, and all Americans. As an American of Japanese ancestry, I was one of the 120,000 people who were forcibly evacuated from their homes and interned in camps surrounded by barbed wire and military guard towers for the duration of World War II. And we were there simply because we looked like the enemy that had attacked Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. Today, we hear from some people who are running for elective office, who advocate the wholesale banning of those of the Muslim faith from coming into the country, rounding up others simply because of what they look like, or requiring registration or ID cards of certain people. And that phrase, "This is un-American," really fits those advocates. In her positions of responsibility, Hillary Clinton has not run away from her convictions and beliefs just because some people may disagree with her. Hillary Clinton, as all of you know, has established her strength and her believability because her message is one of consistency over the years, no matter what position of public trust she has held. Hillary Clinton has been strong in her beliefs and convictions, and that is the basis and foundation of this campaign, and that's why we need her. You know you can support her campaign enthusiastically and without reservation because she is driven to do the right thing for all people, regardless of religion, ethnicity, economic standing, gender, or sexual preference, and we trust her to do the right thing for all of us. So it is very important for all of you to work hard, register all of our friends and neighbors, and get them to get out to vote at all the primaries and caucuses in all the states so that we can have a victory on the 8th of November. Go Hillary!
Introducing Honorable John Chung, California State Treasurer.
Hello, California. Now, I want us to do something correctly. As we all know, the Asian Pacific American community has taken a long and hard journey to the moment that we are today. And I know that we're all ready for Hillary. But it took a long and arduous path to get to this very moment. And we just had one of our icons speak to us, the legendary Norm Mineta. Asian Americans wouldn't be where we are at today without the heroic work of Norm Mineta. So let's do this correctly. Let me ask all of you for a moment to stand up and thank Norm Mineta for his decades of service to America. Thank you. Now, from generation to generation, we pass a torch. As mentioned earlier by Rini, right, John F. Kennedy. So I was named after John F. Kennedy, and he talked about a torch being passed. We were given certain opportunities, and this opportunity we're given because we have a stand-up member of Congress who's a pioneer, the first Chinese-American elected member in the United States history. Hillary is here because Judy Chu is a tenacious advocate for all of us. Let's say thank you to Judy Chu. She's busy working. It's okay. She wants to make sure it's good for all of us. Now, The eyes of the world are looking upon us. They're looking upon California. And what they're going to see is a magnificent, majestic, and beautiful view of the diverse faces of California. And they're going to see Asian Americans, African Americans, Caucasians, Latinos from all walks of life. But upon deeper reflection, not only are they going to see the faces of California, they understand that they're going to see the future of California. And they're going to see in the makeup of this crowd not only the deep history of people like Norm Mineta, who's done extraordinary work, they're going to see the Mustafas, they're going to see the Rinis, they're going to see the others. And then they're going to understand that there's differences in culture. They understand that the world is more globalized. Unfortunately, we saw what happened with the stock market over this past week and the implications. But they understand that that reach is growing and it's different. And what's really exciting about and what separates Hillary's candidacy for presidency of the United States, and I was one of her 4 California co-chairs 8 years ago, was that there's going to be hope. There's going to be inspiration. There's going to be faith. Because what they're going to see is that people from all reaches of the globe today make California, and soon to be America, their hope. And they understand that those intricacies and the bonds and the hearts and the souls and the minds can come together. But as Mustafa mentioned, there are people who would separate us instead of unite us. And I think that's why we're all gathered here together. Because we have a different view, we have a different belief, we have a different understanding, but what separates us is that we have a different work ethic. Because we understand that if we struggle together, even though times can be extraordinarily overwhelming, at the end of the day, as many of our predecessors have done, we will overcome and we will succeed. We will build the America that we dream of. And so that we know, also as Irene stated earlier, that you have to reach that mountaintop, but it takes a lot of hard work. So we have in this year an extraordinary responsibility to do the right thing for us, for each other, for this nation, and for our humanity. And that's to elect the most capable, the most disciplined, the most responsible, the most heartfelt candidate. And that's Hillary Clinton. And so that's why I support Hillary. Because like you, I want somebody who loves America. I want somebody who loves all, and I underscore all, of her people. And lastly, I want somebody who uses that love, who uses that care, who's going to fight to the very end for each single one of us. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.
This one's about the one who curses and spits. This ain't about our living in a fantasy. This ain't about giving up or giving in. We weren't born to follow. Come on and get up off your knees. When life is a bitter pill to swallow, you gotta hold on to what you believe. Believe that the sun will shine tomorrow. And now your saints and sinners bleed. We weren't born to follow. You gotta stand up for what you believe. Let me hear you say shake, shake. Yeah. 'Cause the players wanna play, 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 play. And the haters gonna hate, 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 hate. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it up, I shake it up. Heartbreakers gonna break, 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 break. And the makers gonna fake, 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 fake. I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. I shake it up, I shake it up. 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 Shake it up, I shake it up. I shake it up, I shake it up. You got to shake it up, I shake it up. I shake it up, I shake it up.
Just waking up in the morning and to be well. Quite honest with you, I ain't really sleep well. You ever feel like your train of thought's been derailed? That's when you press on, lean in. Half the population just waiting to see me fail. Yeah, right, you better off trying to freeze hell. Some of us do it for the females, and others do it for the retail. But I do it for the kids, life through the tower in on. Every time you fall, it's only making your chin strong. And I'll be in your corner like Mick, baby, till the end of when you hear the song from that big lady. Until the referee rings the bell, until both your eyes start to swell, until the crowd goes home. What we gon' do, y'all?
Give 'em hell, turn the heads. Gonna live life till we're dead. Give me scars, give me pain. Then they say of me, say of me, say of me. There goes the fighter. There goes the fighter. Here comes the fighter. That's what they say of me, say of me, say of me. This one's a fighter.
And if I can last 30 rounds, there's no reason you should ever have your head down. 6'5", 220 pounds. Hailing from rock bottom, Loserville, nothing town. Textbook version of a kid going nowhere fast. And now I'm yelling, kiss my ass. It's gonna take a couple right hooks, a few left jabs, for you to recognize you really ain't got it bad. Until the referee rings the bell, until both your eyes start to swell, until the crowd goes home. What we gon' do, y'all?
Give 'em hell, turn the heads. Gonna live life till we're dead. Give me scars, give me pain. Then they say of
so very much from what it used to be. There is so much hatred, war and poverty. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Wake up all the teachers, time to teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen to what you have to say. 'Cause they're the ones who's coming up and the world is in their hands. When you teach the children, teach them the very best you can. Oh yeah, the world won't get no better if we just let it be. Oh no, the world won't get no better. We gotta change again, just you and me.
Wake up all the doctors, make the old people well. They're the ones who suffer and who catch all the hail. They don't have so very long before their judgment day. So won't you make them happy before they pass away? Oh yeah.
Wake up all the builders, time to build a new land. I know we can do it if we all lend a hand. The only thing we have to do is put it in our minds. Surely things will work out, 'cause they do every time. Yeah,
The world won't get no better if we just let it be.
Now, introducing Representative Judy Chu, who will introduce our next President of the United States, Hillary Clinton.
Well, I am so proud to welcome you all to the San Gabriel Valley. I'm so proud because today the San Gabriel Valley is the host for the official launch of AAPIs for Hillary, and today is the day that kicks off our work to elect the next President of the United States, Hillary Clinton. Now, I've been a Hillary supporter for a long time. I know how much she cares about the diversity that is America and the AAPI community. In fact, one of the first things that she did after kicking off her campaign was to meet in Washington, D.C. with the caucus that I chair, the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus. We talked about the policy issues that we'd been working on for the AAPI community, and I was so impressed with her. She gave us her time, her undivided attention, listening to every single point that we raised. Most importantly, she responded with such warmth and concern, and with what she said to us, I could so clearly see that when it comes to the issues that AAPIs face, she gets it. On immigration reform, she gets it. We told her that millions of AAPI families are split apart due to our broken immigration system. The visa backlog is so long that families have been waiting decades to be reunited.
And family members may pass away before they ever see their loved one. And we lose the talent of students who are educated in our colleges and universities who must be sent back because of the lack of visas. Well, Hillary Clinton will fix these problems, will bring hardworking immigrants out of the shadows, and she will fight for comprehensive immigration reform. On education, she gets it. So many AAPIs view access to higher education as the single greatest avenue of upward mobility in our society. In fact, there are immigrants who give up everything that they know to come to America just to make sure that their children will get the university education that will better their lives. While Hillary Clinton is making access to higher education a cornerstone for her campaign, ensuring with her new college compact that a good university education will be available to everybody. And on voting rights, she gets it. It's particularly important to AAPIs who've had such a long history of disenfranchisement. In fact, the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882 was in place for 60 long years, prohibiting Chinese Americans from becoming naturalized citizens so they could not vote. Well, today we finally have the vote, but we really need for that vote to be realized with absentee ballots and translated materials. Well, Hillary Clinton is committed to setting new standards for early voting and implementing new automatic voter registration. She will work with us in Congress to restore the Voting Rights Act. But more than understanding our political needs, she understands what type of leader she needs to be to represent a diverse country like ours. It is Hillary Clinton who will ensure that the federal government reflects the makeup of our country. For years, AAPIs had such a hard time breaking the glass ceiling. In fact, if you saw an AAPI walking down the halls of Congress, you just had to look. It was such an unusual phenomenon. Well, Hillary Clinton is committed to changing this. Take for her example, her campaign. She has an unprecedented number of AAPIs at the highest levels of her staff. They are people like Huma Abedin and her AAPI Outreach Director, Lisa Changaveja. And how about our beloved Olympic skating champion, Michelle Kwan? It is clear that Hillary is committed to diversity. She will make sure that our federal government will look like America. And that's why we have to do everything we can to make sure that Hillary Clinton is elected. And for her to win, we need to mobilize the AAPI vote. And the power of our vote is tremendous. Our voting power has doubled over the last decade. We are the swing votes in key states like Virginia and Nevada. Take, for instance, the close 2014 Virginia Senate race for Mark Warner. Although Asian Americans make up 6% of the total state population, they backed Senator Warner by 68%. Well, he won by less than 1%. Isn't it clear that AAPIs made the difference? And by the way, are we going to win Nevada? Yes. 3 buses of people from Nevada came here today. And that's why I say that we've gone from being marginalized to becoming the margin of victory. We must be the margin. Well, we must be the margin of victory in this race. But to do that, we need to work hard. We need to get the word out. We need to get all of our friends and family members to vote. Let's make sure our vote matters in this election. Let's elect our great leader, our great friend, our great champion, and our next president, Hillary Rodham Clinton. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you so very, very much. Oh my goodness, this is very exciting for me. I am so honored to be kicking off AAPI for me and this campaign, but I really see it as for all of us. This is a campaign to do everything that the Congresswoman just said, to make sure that all people in our country have a chance to live up to their potential, that all people are taken to the heights of what our great nation can offer, and that they are part of the diversity that makes us stronger, to be respected and lifted up. That is what we will do together. I want to thank Congressman Judy Chu for those very kind and stirring words, and her support in this campaign and in the past mean the world to me. We had some excellent conversations about the agenda that the caucus she chairs in Congress is working on, and I was proud to pledge my support. And I want to thank all of the Asian American and Pacific Islander leaders, activists, volunteers, and organizers who are here today, supporting my campaign, who will be by my side as we go through the primary process, and then we bring home a big win in November of 2016. Now, there are so many elected officials here, which is a great sign of the importance of people registering to vote and voting, but also being willing to run for office. I want to acknowledge a few of them. Representative Sablin from the North Mariana Islands is with us. Norm Mineta, former Secretary of Transportation and founder of KPAC. John Chung, California State Treasurer. Betty Yee, State Comptroller. Fiona Ma, Board of Equalizers. Irene Bueno, the AAPI Director in 2008, who worked so hard for me. Trung Ta, the founding chairman of the Vietnamese American Democratic Club. And it's exciting to see so many of you here in this town whose mayor is with us, Jason Poo, the mayor of San Gabriel. In addition to the members of my campaign team that Judy mentioned, I also want to recognize Dennis Chang, who is our finance director, and we'll be having an event after this, and I'm very proud and grateful for all of you who are supporting that. This is especially meaningful for me for a personal reason, as well as the great outpouring of support that you are demonstrating. My late mother grew up in Alhambra.
She didn't have a very easy childhood by any means. She was basically rejected by her parents when she was very young in Chicago, and with a younger sister, they were put on a train by themselves to travel from Chicago to Los Angeles to live with her paternal grandparents, who had a small house in Alhambra. And she went to high school there. But by the age of 14, it was clear that her grandparents didn't want her either. So she left that home and went to work as a maid in a home somewhere here in the area. I cannot tell you how grateful I am to whoever that family was, and here's why. The mother of the home recognized my mother wanted to go to high school. So she said to my mom, if you get up really early and you get your chores done, you can go to high school. And then you'll have to come back and finish all of them in the evening. Now that may sound harsh to some people for a 14-year-old girl to be put into that position, but my mother was so grateful. The problem was that the home where she was working and living was some distance from Alhambra, a couple of miles. I'm not sure where. So she literally had to get those chores done and then run to high school. But she so much wanted an education. And she was so proud when so many years later, she actually went back to Alhambra High School to a reunion. It had to be the 70th reunion. There weren't many folks there, but she knew a lot of them. And they had such a great time. And the high school even gave her a role in the parade for homecoming. So when I think about this part of California, the first thing I think about is my mom and how kind people were to her here when her own family was not. And I know how important family is to all of you. And that's how I see our country. I see us, when we're at our best, as lifting up families, helping families to be strong, helping families get the support they need to do the best they can for their children and for their parents. And I've said in this campaign, the stakes are very high. I want to be a president who deals with the economy to make sure it works for everybody, not just those at the top. I want to keep Americans safe and keep our country strong around the world. And I also want to do what I can as president to help deal with the problems that keep families up at night. Sometimes it's an illness. Sometimes it's a real risk with a job or a small business. Sometimes it's the difficulty of affording college. I know about a lot of these problems, and I hear from so many people across our country. So standing here today, it's really a great privilege to be launching this exciting part of my campaign in a place that my mother never forgot for the kindness that was shown to her and the chance she had eventually to graduate from high school. I was so proud to work with the AAPI community when I was a senator from New York. You know, America's ties to the Asia-Pacific region have always been important, but in the 21st century, they will be absolutely vital. I was very proud when my husband's administration launched the first ever White House initiative on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. And I know there are some people here, very young people then, who actually worked in the White House, worked in the Clinton administration, helped to put that initiative into place. The focus was for the federal government to be more deliberate about understanding the challenges and helping all parts of the AAPI community succeed. And when I was Secretary of State for President Obama, and we launched the pivot to Asia, we were sending a very strong message that we wanted to rebuild ties with our allies and reassert the United States as a Pacific power. So we have the groundwork here at home and around the world laid, but it's going to take a president working as your partner, standing with you, fighting for you every single day to make the kind of progress that we can make together. Now, I think of this story through the lives of so many people whom I've gotten to know over a lot of decades. One of them is Norm Mineta, who is with us today. Now, some of you know Norm as a dedicated public servant, an elected official, a cabinet secretary, and both a Democratic and Republican administration. But he also reminds us of an important lesson about our nation and what it takes to make it work for everyone. You see, when Norm was a child during World War II, he and his family were forcibly removed from their home and put into an internment camp. He was 10 years old, and he was a huge baseball fan. As he stood with his parents waiting for the train to take them away, a military police officer confiscated his possessions, including his most prized possession, his favorite baseball bat. That wasn't in some far-away country. That was here in the United States. Yet despite his own personal experience, Norm never stopped believing in the promise of America. And that's one of the reasons he was motivated to serve our country, to represent his neighbors, and to make a real difference on everything from infrastructure to protecting our oceans. I tell you this story, and I think if we had time, we could hear dozens and dozens of stories, personal stories about the journeys that brought you, your parents, your grandparents here to America. But I want to make a larger point. I disagree with the Republican frontrunner, Mr. Trump. You see, I think America is great because generations of hardworking Americans have made us great. Our values and our ideals have made us great. Now it is up to us to make sure we are even greater and we pass on the opportunities that have been made available to all of us, to our children and our grandchildren. This is a lesson we would never dare to forget. We are a country built by the hard work of generations of immigrants, and we are stronger because of our diversity and our openness. Now, I really wish that I didn't have to stand here today and say any of this, but we are hearing a lot of hateful rhetoric out on the campaign trail, calling immigrants drug dealers and rapists, using offensive terms to describe the citizen children of immigrants, saying we should bar all Muslims from entering our country. Republican candidates have said they would turn away widows and orphans and apply a religious test to people seeking asylum as refugees. They forget a fundamental lesson about our great country. Being an open and tolerant society does not make us vulnerable. It's at the core of our strength, of who we are as Americans. It's a creed as old as our founding. E pluribus unum, out of many, we are one. So we have a lot at stake in this election. Either we're going to defend the progress that we have made and build on it, or we are going to let a new Republican president rip it all away. Because make no mistake about it, what you're hearing from all of them is the same failed policies that led to the Great Recession. They want to slash taxes on the wealthy, put consumers at the mercy of drug companies, insurers, and polluters, let Wall Street write its own rules again. And we know, don't we, how that ends up. We have seen this happen before. Now, my friends on the other side of the aisle don't like it when I say this, but it's a fact, and I sometimes see them being quite evidence adverse. But, in fact, the economy works better when we have a Democratic president in the White House. In fact, you are 4 times more likely to have a recession when you have a Republican in the White House. And just think back, if you can bear it, to how bad things were in 2008. You know, after that election, President-elect Obama called me, asked me to come see him in Chicago. I didn't know why. Turned out he wanted to ask me to be Secretary of State. But before we got to that, he said, you know, when it comes to the economy, it is so much worse than they told us. We were losing 800,000 jobs a month. The American auto industry was on the brink of total collapse. I don't think President Obama gets the credit he deserves for digging us out of the hole that he inherited from the prior administration. So we're standing, but we're not yet running the way we need to. I want us to get more good-paying jobs. I want us to raise incomes for hardworking families. I want us to raise the minimum wage. Guarantee equal pay for women and protect workers' rights to organize and bargain. I want us to build 21st century infrastructure, our bridges, our roads, our tunnels, our ports, airports, transit systems. And we need to combat climate change, which the other party won't even acknowledge. And the best way to do that is by investing in clean, renewable energy, which will do so much to lift up our economy. I want the United States to be the clean energy superpower of the 21st century. There are 3 candidate countries for that role: China, Germany, and us, and I want it to be us. I want us to use our innovation and entrepreneurialism to make a difference. Now, California is already a leader, but there are other states that are doing more as well. I spent a lot of time, as you know, in Iowa. They get 1/3 of their electricity from wind. We can make investments like this across America. Now, I know we've got a lot of small business owners in this crowd today, right? I want to be the small business president. I want to make it easier for you to start small businesses, grow small businesses, get credit for your small businesses. And I especially want to reduce barriers to women and minority-owned small businesses. And I know how hard people are working, so let's make it easier to balance work and family. That's especially true for parents of young children. We've got to join the rest of the world by guaranteeing paid family leave. But it's also true for people who are taking care of their aging parents, isn't it? As a nation, we are not valuing and supporting family caregivers the way we should. So here's what I'm proposing: a new tax credit to help defray the costs for people taking care of an older relative. I want to expand Social Security So people who take time out from their careers, primarily women, to raise a child or care for a family member are not penalized when they go to collect their retirement checks from Social Security. I also have a comprehensive plan to invest in research to prevent, effectively treat, and make possible a cure for Alzheimer's disease by 2025. How many of you know somebody with Alzheimer's? Yeah. Every crowd I'm in, so many hands go up. And you know, I know what a burden it is. It's an emotional and physical and financial burden. And people do it because they love their spouse or their parent or their grandparent. But it shouldn't be so hard, and we must invest more money in research. It is the 6th leading cause of death. And in the top 10 causes of death, it's the only one where we have no drugs to treat it, we don't know how to prevent it, and we can't figure out how to cure it. Under my administration, after having talked to scientists and researchers who are doing this cutting-edge work, we're going to make progress. And in 10 years, I know we will have a big impact on how to prevent, how to treat, and maybe find a cure for Alzheimer's. I also want to make college affordable again for hard-working families and their students. As Judy said, I have proposed a new college compact that will let young people go to public colleges and universities without having to take out loans to pay tuition. And we're going to let you refinance your student debt. You can refinance your mortgage and your car payment. You ought to be able to refinance your student debt and save thousands of dollars. And again, as Judy pointed out, we know our immigration system is broken. Millions of undocumented people are working and raising their families here, living in fear of seeing their families ripped apart. And there are millions of family members of lawful permanent residents and U.S. citizens who wait for years, sometimes decades, to have their families join them in America. We can do better than this. You know, we could add hundreds of billions of dollars to our gross domestic product by passing comprehensive immigration reform. We could shore up Social Security because right now undocumented workers contribute $12 billion a year. And if we have comprehensive immigration reform, it's projected to go up to $20 billion. Now, ultimately, though, this is more than an economic issue. It's more than a political issue. It is a family issue. And if we say we value and support families, then we should act as though we do. That's why I voted for comprehensive immigration legislation in the Senate. That's why I will fight for comprehensive reform with a path to full and equal citizenship. That's why you can count on me to defend President Obama's executive actions on DACA and DAPA. And I would go further. There are so many more undocumented people with deep ties in their communities who deserve the chance to stay, and I will fight for them too. You know, when I was a senator, I worked to reduce the backlog for family visas and reunite immigrant families. I will keep up that fight. Applicants from the Asia-Pacific region make up about 40% of the family visa backlog. Some from the Philippines have been waiting for a visa for 23 years. If you're a U.S. citizen and your brother lives in India, it will take at least 12 years just to get him a visa. And finally, we've got to do more to help the millions of people who are eligible for citizenship take that last step. I will work to expand fee waivers so more people can get a break on the costs. I will increase access to language programs to help more people boost their English proficiency. I don't want anyone who could be a citizen now to miss out on that opportunity. And as for our citizens, we're going to fight to protect your right to vote and make sure your votes are counted on Election Day. would like to see every 18-year-old automatically registered to vote. I'd like to see more early voting, and I would like to see the AAPI community get out and vote more. And that is essential, because right now it's one of the fastest growing communities in our country, but it's a community that votes at a lower rate than others. So we face a lot of challenges, but I'm excited, I'm confident, I'm optimistic about our country. And I don't understand the rhetoric coming from the Republicans, because to me, I don't know, they're living somewhere besides where we are. And many of the things they say just don't reflect my experience or the lives of the people that I meet and talk with every day. So American families have a lot at stake in the election. New president's going to walk into the Oval Office on January 20th, 2017, and we need it to be a president who can do all parts of the job, make the economy work for everyone with good paying jobs and rising incomes, keeping families safe and our country strong, tackling the problems that keep families up at night, like Alzheimer's or autism or addiction. Now, I'll go anywhere to talk to anybody to find common ground, but I will also stand my ground for you. I want to share one additional story. I'm very proud to have so many Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders working with me on this campaign, but I want to tell you about one more. Cheska is a dreamer. She came here from the Philippines with her family when she was a young girl. Her father had a work visa, but he lost his job in the recession, and that meant the whole family became undocumented. When Cheska was a senior in high school, teachers were asking her every day, "What are your college plans?" Well, she was in ROTC. She wanted to serve our country. And she found the courage to tell her ROTC instructor about her situation. Her school stepped up. They supported her. They helped her investigate DACA and apply for relief. And she got it. And now she's helping her 4 siblings with their applications. The day after I announced that I was running for president, Cheska signed up to volunteer with our campaign. Now she's a field organizer in Las Vegas. And she's putting her own college education on hold because she wants to help shape the future of the country that has given her so many opportunities. Well, I want to give young people like Cheska every chance to succeed. I believe they can make great contributions to our country, but I need your help to do that. I thank everybody who came from Nevada. I would ask any of you interested in going to Nevada to help out the campaign for the caucus on February 20th to sign up. Some of you I know have traveled across the country for me or for President Obama, so you're used to being in the cold weather and the hot weather as we pick our nominee, and I hope you will consider being involved again. It's very important because the stakes have never been higher. Now, in the back of the room, you'll find some of our volunteers ready to help you sign up to get the votes out in Nevada. And if you can't travel, you can make phone calls. And then to sign up for other early states. I hope you'll talk to them today. You know, I started by talking about my mom. I am the granddaughter on my father's side of an immigrant factory worker. Came to this country as a young boy, went to work in the lace mills in Scranton, Pennsylvania, worked really hard all of his life to give his children a greater opportunity. And he did. All 3 of his sons, including my dad, went to college. And then my dad became a small businessman, a really small businessman. Served in the Navy during World War II, had a small business again when he came out. He believed in our country. He believed in the work ethic and individual responsibility that so many of you exhibit. He set a great example about all of that for me. My mom, despite her difficult childhood, never stopped believing that the future could be better and never stopped being grateful for our country. So I came by my commitment to America and our future through my parents, through my family. And now I have this amazing 15-month-old granddaughter. And I think about her every day, and I'm grateful that my daughter and her husband send me pictures and videos, so no matter where I am and what's going on, I can just click them on and watch them again for the 50th or 60th time. And of course, Bill and I will do whatever we can to make sure she has the best opportunities in life. But I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, that is not enough. It matters what kind of country she grows up in. And it matters what kind of world is out there waiting for her. And it matters not that our grandchild can realize the promise of America, but that everybody's child and grandchild has the same chance to do the same. I am fighting to give every one of our children the chance to fulfill their dreams in our country, a nation of dreamers and builders. If you will help me, that is what we will do together. Thank you all very much.